Once upon a time, there was a cartoon adaptation that warped me just a tad, but in the best kind of way. It was in the early 90s, and it was called The Maxx.
Nothing ever happens to me. I get up, I go to summer school for stupid algebra, work on my car, nothing. Now I'm late for this CPR class. I gotta stop for gas and it's about 1,000 degrees out. That's nothing special. I just wish something weird would happen. Really shake my life up. Not like what happened to Gloria, of course. I went to see her at the hospital a couple of days ago. It was kind of gross. She's all bandaged up and can't talk good. Made me feel bad. She said they think they can save her fingers. My dad says it happened because she was a tramp. I think he's full of it. Things just happen is all. But not to me. That's funny. Huh? Never noticed that. Weird. If I was to tug on this thing really hard...
Welcome. This is After Wednesday episode Feminism and the Maxx. I'm your host, Jeffrey Hayes, columnist and contributing writer for CablelessCrusader.org. In fact, when you have a moment, head over to Cableless Crusader. The vast coverage of all things comics, with in-depth columns and reviews of the weeklies. Also, check out fanboysinc.com, our Brothers in Arms site, which also provides comprehensive comic pop culture coverage, plus a network of podcasts. This week also I want to give a shout out to comic creator and fan of the show Carl Slominski over on Twitter, whose book Golgotha can be purchased over at 215inc.com. I thank Carl for his eyes, ears, and support. revisiting the things you missed, sort of a sub-theme tonight here on After Wednesday. One of the great things about being a comics enthusiast is the things that pass through the cracks for you that you don't get around to, till later down the road. Good or interesting comics or media generally will hold up and sprout new areas of context in different times of your life. One example, for me at least in the 90s, was what we led off with tonight, the Maxx, originally a comic book by Sam Keith and William Messner and Loebs, a story that actually grabbed my attention through the MTV cartoon adaptation I played at the top of the show. The show in memory was dark and funny and visually striking. I knew it was a comic, though, as I had seen it on the shelves at my local LCS, and the TV show just appealed to me to make that time-honored vow, that one that we all do when we see a really good adaptation of something. We're like, I will get around to reading that source material soon. Well, flash forward 2 decades, and the new IDW reprint of Volume 1 finally crossed my eyeballs. What I found unique about reading the Maxx, and what really hit me over the head, was it had a lot to say about violence towards women. This was so much so I knew to digest this story more was going to require me to think about things from a feminist literary criticism perspective. Now, let me clarify by saying I believe that applying feminist criticism to most media is necessary, no matter your gender. As a male, I find it helps me to sort of think about how women are depicted in fiction. Everything. Now, I didn't know this going into the reading. Rather, I knew that I would want to reread the text and apply an appropriate question based on that initial read. A read that indicated that the two male creators, Keith and Messner-Loebs, were creating a dialogue with the audience about the effects of rape, sexual abuse, violence, and suicide. The question I came up with after some thought was, do societal gender expectations and stereotypes cause conflict or limit the character's range of options in the Maxx?
Be here at the NPR party playing the parish, and for the past 3 years I actually sat back there with Bob Boylan, and we kind of do like a golf commentary over the bands, and right after I play I'm gonna go back to being with NPR. That's not true, but this is a good lesson for people that work for NPR, my trajectory. You work for NPR and then you get to be in a band. Stephen Thompson is going to be in a band next year, Robin. That's awesome. I can't wait to see you guys play here next year with me. Okay. Anyway, we have a couple more songs.
So that question, right, this question of, do societal gender expectations and stereotypes cause conflict or limit the character's range of options in the Maxx, sort of had me thinking about this feminist criticism perspective that I was trying to apply. And the answer I came up with was yes, as Keith and Messner-Loeb have moments when the characters confront the expectation and the stereotype. For instance, when Mr. Gone confronts Julie, she speaks openly about how he views her as an object. Also, in an earlier scene, Julie's called out by one of her clients as a social worker that she looks like a prostitute, to which she replies quite coolly, "Look who's got a job and who does not." The creators, Keith and Messner-Loebs, are sort of pushing the characters to confront expectation and stereotype, and maybe perhaps trying to answer themselves, about this question of empowerment. Does putting on an outfit, or even putting on a persona of any kind, does it really shield or mask pain that we aren't able to confront? Or that if you're not able to confront it, maybe it's some sort of way to slap back at society somehow, and trying to understand all the complicated layers of what it is to try to be alive and to function, and trying to understand it from a female's perspective, to deal with all kinds of other complications that as a man I can't even begin to process. And that was really what was most curious for me also, is that Keith and Messner-Loebs sort of are kind of working an argument out themselves, and they're wondering about these complicated layers.
your eyes. Are you such a sounding lie? Oh, we can hope for the light. It shines on after we're gone. Oh, we know we're just young for the length of the song. So keep on playing till you're gone, till you're gone. What happens next? What's the story there? Yeah, we're for today, maybe tomorrow. Look away, don't move too fast. Fall forward, don't stop. It's no end, no beginning. Warrior, quick, go for a friend. Don't try to fight it, 'cause you won't. Guess it's your own. All we can hope for is the light. Shine on after we're gone. Oh, we know we are just here for the length of the song. So keep on singing till you're gone.
So layers, complicated layers in life, and dealing with things and dealing with societal expectations and stereotypes. When you strip away the layers of something and you dig deeper, more times than not, you will be surprised the new insight you can find. I'm glad it took me 20 years to come to this point for me as the Maxx, or within reading the Maxx. I never would have done it in the past. I never would have even begun to question, or thought or had the insight or really the bravery to sit there and go, I just want to understand this representation, this viewpoint. The Maxx is material of substance, at least in this first volume. And I encourage you to apply different schools of thought to it and the other things that you value in media. This week, the central question on Twitter that I will post will be, why do you think we should apply feminist literary criticism to comics? You can find that question by following me at JLDPROD2002 and tag your responses with #AfterWednesday. I'm Jeffrey Hayes. you've just heard After Wednesday. If you like what you hear, give capelesscrusader.org a try. I've been writing there for a couple years, and it's always fun and exciting to be a part of a great, positive comics community, something I talked about on last week's broadcast. Music from this episode is by Wild Flag, live from South by Southwest 2011, which you can download for free from NPR's music website. So till next time, everybody.
I'll give them everything. Give the right to scream. Be screaming, oh, man. I wanna go back to front. I wanna go front to back. I wanna feel this again, just like a heart attack. I wanna make it good. I wanna make it good and make it right. Hardwired to be alone, and when everything that I just couldn't, don't wanna go, and my muscles out singing, my nose are inside out, these voices in my head, it's like a barker shout, but I can't turn it down, I can make it wet, or make it quiet. Well, thank you very much.